everyone, welcome to another one of my LinkedIn Live events. Now we are meeting live after one whole month. I was very busy with a lot of things, so I couldn't really come live, but we are going to finally start now, and we are going to be consistent. So today's topic is going to be overcoming hidden business blocks in your life coaching business. And before we start, I'm just going to quickly check if my audio and video is working fine, and then we are going to begin. And if you're attending my live for the very first time, how we go about this is that I explain to you a topic in depth, and you can ask me as many questions as you want while this live event is going on. You can either comment or you can send me a DM because I do check my phone for any questions. And in case you're watching this as a recording, feel free to put your questions in the YouTube comment section. Because that's where you'll be watching it from. And if you are in any of my communities, my free coaching community, or the community of my boot camp, then you can just directly DM me on WhatsApp as well. Okay, let's see if I'm visible and audible. Okay, yes, great, it's working fine. Let's start. Now, we are going to directly jump to the topic and not talk about anything else. So, when I say hidden business blocks, what do I really mean, right? Now, when you're starting your business, right, which means that you haven't really gotten trained as a life coach, or you're probably in the middle of training and you haven't really like started your life coaching business, or you are done with your training and now you're about to start your life coaching business. Now, I'm saying the word business, okay, because just getting a certificate is not enough, right? Just getting a certificate just gives you a certificate, but it doesn't really mean that you have a business of your own, right? So when you are in that phase, what can happen is that sometimes you may experience a lot of hidden invisible blocks that you don't really know exist, and that you don't really know um, the source of, but they keep on stopping you. Like, you take four steps forward and you take three steps back, or you take three steps forward and then you take one step back. So it always feels like there's some invisible string that's pulling you back, right? It always feels like there's just a lot of resistance while I'm trying to move forward, right? And because of lack of information or lack of inner work or lack of mentorship, you may feel lost about that. Why is this really happening to me? And this is a very critical moment for you as a life coach, because this is where a life defining moment comes for a life coach, wherein you either become one of those coaches who's just certified and you've just put a LinkedIn bio, oh, I've done this many hours of coaching, I have this credential, that credential, but you have no client, you're making no money from coaching. Or you can become a coach who's growing and becoming into not only a transformational coach but a paid coach, right? So this is a very critical moment, and this is where you need to really identify what blocks are truly stopping you. And that is what we'll be talking about today, right? Having mentored a lot of life coaches myself and being one myself, I have not only like coached my students and my clients out of this, I've experienced these blocks myself, right? So today we are going to be discussing five hidden blocks that may come up for you, right? Now let's start with the very first one. The very first block is the block of lack of belief, right? Now, what do you mean belief, right? What does belief actually mean? Belief is nothing but a sense of knowing that this is going to happen, a sense of knowing that this exists. For example, every single day that you wake up, you don't cut your stomach and check whether your liver is there, or your stomach is there, or your large intestine is there, right? Or your heart is there. You wake up every single day with the belief that it is there, right? You don't check again and again. That's belief. It's a quiet knowing, right? It is not, I would not call it necessarily confidence. Confidence is more outward and more expressive, but belief is a quiet knowing. So when you lack belief in any of the three places, right? The first one being in yourself, the second one being in the process of building your business, and third in your purpose, that manifests as a big business block. Let's talk about it a little bit more, right? Lack of belief in yourself can manifest as you constantly doubting whether you're good enough to be a coach, whether you'll be able to actually create difference in other people's life, whether you'll be able to make money as a life coach, whether this is the right path for you, whether you are meant for this. So you consistently doubt yourself. You consistently find a way to sort of pull yourself back or pull yourself down, right? This can manifest as criticism, this can manifest as procrastination, this can manifest as not investing into the programs that you want to invest in. This can manifest as not taking help and not getting coached or mentored because you think that you're not deserving of it. Because the thing is, when you don't believe in yourself, it kind of comes from lack of self-worth. It kind of comes from not really believing that you're worth it. So it can manifest as that. And this, how does this manifest as business blocks, is that you're not able to solve obvious problems for yourself. For example, let's say that I know that I want to be a life coach and I want to make money as a coach, right? So I am clear about my goal. So which means that obviously I need to go and I need to be inside a coach training program that turns me into a fantastic coach, as well as somebody who's a great business owner, which means somebody who teaches a program that teaches me coaching as well as monetization. There's a solution to my problem. But when I doubt myself, when I lack belief in myself, what I will do is I will doubt. I will doubt, will I be able to do it? I have failed so many times in the past. What's the guarantee I will not fail again? What's the guarantee this will work for me? Maybe I'm just not lucky enough. Or, maybe this is just a hobby. So, what I'm doing is I'm gaslighting myself, right? The lack of belief in myself is so much that the obvious answer to my question, that what do I do to actually become a paid and a trained life coach, I don't want to believe in the answer, or I don't want to take action towards the answer, because the lack of belief keeps on pulling me back, right? I really want to take a step forward. I found a great program for myself. I found the right person for myself. Found the right mentor for myself, but I come back. I come back because I keep on like talking myself out of my own dreams. That is how like lack of belief manifests as lack of belief in self manifests as a hidden business block. And what it may feel like to you is that it may feel like to you that you're just being logical. It may feel like no, no, I'm just being careful, I'm just being logical, I'm just being somebody who's taking care of everything. But no, you're not being logical, you're just being pessimistic, and you just lack belief, right? Now the second place where you can lack belief is the process. Now, wherever you are, right, whatever you want to become in terms of your profession, there is a process to it, right? For example, let's say if I want to become an engineer, then I need to go through a 4-year degree, right? I need to complete my BTech. Then I need to do whatever training it is required to sharpen my skill set, and then whenever whatever company I join, I need to go through the process there. So everything has a process. When you lack belief in the process, like while you are undergoing the training or while you're learning monetization, when you constantly doubt the process, will this work, will this not work, what is the guarantee, the kind of people who go to trainers and mentors who ask, can you give me the guarantee how this will work, can you tell me if this will work for me, what is this. So basically, you lack belief in the process and you project it onto other people, right? When you do that, that again results into a big business block, because what is happening is that I consistently doubt the process. It's like I know that, okay, I need to do a 4-year degree to become an engineer, but I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it, or I constantly doubt it. Am I sure? Is this person sure? Is this program right? So when I consistently do this, I'm not really present with my business, I'm not really present with my training, right? I am not becoming a coach, I'm just becoming a doubter every single day. So when you lack belief in the process, this will also manifest as a business block, because you're not really building a business at all. All your time is going into overthinking. All your time is going into over analyzing things, right? The third thing is a lack of belief in your own purpose. So as a life coach, and or anyone who becomes a life coach, they all start with this one um, purpose, or this one quiet understanding that I know I can help people, and this is something that makes me feel really good, and this is something that I want to do, right? We all start with a purpose like that, and then all of our purpose takes shape slowly towards what problem we want to help solve for the world. When you keep on doubting your purpose, right, when you keep on doubting, do I really want to do this, maybe this is just a hobby, maybe I shouldn't do this that, yada yada, whatever it is, again it manifests as a business block. Because for something concrete to come about, you need to consistently put energy in it, and not a doubtful energy of like movement and faith. When you constantly doubt, when you constantly doubt your purpose, when you constantly doubt your path, when you constantly doubt yourself, whatever energy you are putting in your business, it is full of doubt, it is full of friction, this tightness. Like imagine that you have a friend, and this friend keeps on doubting everything you do, right? Like, for example, you and I have just started becoming friends. Okay, you and I have, let's say you and I met in a class, and we got along, and we started developing a friendship. And let's say I don't trust you at all. Like, I keep on doubting you, I keep on doubting your intention, I keep on doubting our friendship, I keep on doubting everything about you. And what I tell myself is, oh, I'm just being cautious. But what will it make you feel? It's going to make you feel suffocated. It's going to make you feel like, I really don't want to be with Rianshi because she's such a doubtful person. Or ultimately, our friendship will die. Even that initial spark that was there, it will die. That is exactly what happens to coaches who constantly doubt themselves and their path, their purpose, as well as the process. Right? You are not being logical when you're doubting, you're just being pessimistic. We all share a relationship with a business too, and when you constantly suffocate, when you constantly doubt, when you constantly overanalyze, criticize, what you're doing is you're pushing away the success that should be coming to you and that could be coming to you, right? Like, for example, you really respect me and you really admire me and you really want to be my friend, but I constantly give this negative energy to you of doubt, of pessimism. You will run in the opposite direction. That is what happens to a lot of new coaches, right? Even though they're in a training program, even though, let's say, they started their journey, they doubt themselves so much, and that happens to aspiring coaches also. They doubt their purpose so much that they just end up pushing away the success that could be coming to them. Now, let's come to the second block, which is, sorry, before that, let's talk about how do we really get over this block. Now, when it comes to lack of belief in yourself, now you can overcome this through two ways. One is through inner work. See, lack of belief is a trauma wound, right? There is a reason you don't believe in yourself, and that is because nobody has actually modeled it for you, right? We learn to believe in ourselves when our parents believe in us. So you can do inner work to overcome this. That's one way of building lack of that's one way of building belief in yourself. The second way of building belief in yourself, from the perspective of building a life coaching business, okay, is through action. The more you see yourself building your life coaching business, the more your belief and your confidence will come in your business, right? Similarly, you can solve the problem of a lack of belief in your purpose and lack of belief in the process through educating, right? Through getting educated about what the process and the path is like, right? And getting mentored and coached. This is a very important thing because initially you may come with a lot of resistance from the past that you've gathered from your personal life, and you may project it onto your business. And in that case, it is very important that you're inside an ecosystem, right? Not just a program, but an ecosystem wherein your mentor is coaching you throughout, so that you don't really feel stuck on a block, or you that block doesn't seem like a wall. For example, inside my signature life coach training and monetization program, LCTM, we have Friday group coaching calls for life because it's a lifetime program. So every single week, my LCTM students, LCTM coaches come to me and discuss their personal blogs, their business blogs, they discuss money blogs, they discuss all kinds of things with me. And as a result, they're never stuck. Because, we don't get stuck when a problem comes. We get stuck when we don't know how to solve the problem. So get mentored, be inside an ecosystem, be inside a place where you have the support. You don't have to do it alone. Nobody did it alone, right? Now let's come to the second block, which is lack of clarity. Now, lack of clarity can happen at two places. One is in your craft, and second is while building a business, which is monetization. Now, lack of clarity in your craft can be when your coaching foundations are not really clear. And this can happen when you have either been inside a coach training program that they did not really teach basics to you, they did not really clear basics for you, they did not really teach you how to become a coach from like ground up, and they kind of just covered the basics, or they just covered the curriculum that is given to them by the training institute, whatever it is. As a result, you don't really know how to like coach someone from a transformational place, right? Like, coaching from a very surface level. This can happen when you have been inside a average training program or not a very good training program, right? So this can result into a lot of self-doubt, and this can result into a lot of blocks where you kind of feel like, I'm not good enough to be a coach, or where you're constantly feeling that, if somebody came and wanted to get coached by me, I wouldn't actually know what to do, right? So when your basics are not clear, it can lead you to doubt yourself, and it can lead you to doubt your craft, right? And this can manifest as a business block by you wanting to push away if anybody actually wants to come to you also, because you're constantly doubting. This can result into you, let's say, not telling people at all that you're a coach. That's one thing. Another thing you can do is like letting people know that, okay, you can go and consult someone else, or running behind modalities after modalities, thinking that if I learn this will help me, if I learn that will help me, right? So when you kind of When you have lack of clarity in your craft, it can manifest as that. Another thing that can happen is that when there's lack of clarity in your coaching skills, because that is what your major, like that is what your core craft is going to be, it can make you um, an average coach. Like even if you have clients, your clients are not really seeing transformations because your basics are not clear, right? Now the second is lack of clarity in monetization. This happens a lot to a lot of coaches, because the thing is that 99% coach training programs do not have monetization included in them, right? Either you have to go to someone else, or you have to DIY learn it on yourself, or you just, like you're left in the dark. And as a result, 80 to 85% of the coaches quit in the first year. The reason is they don't know how to make money from their coaching skills. And that is why I often emphasize that if you are a coach and you really really want to build a business, then choose a training program that also teaches you monetization, and make sure that it is by someone who's a life coach themselves. Because learning business from someone who has never run life coaching business themselves is kind of ironic, and also a bit silly. So make sure that you are enrolling in yourself into a program that teaches you monetization. Because if you don't learn monetization, then again the cycle is going to continue. You're going to feel lost. You're going to feel that, oh, I don't know how to make money from it, and yada yada yada, right? Now lack of clarity in monetization can again be obviously solved when you are inside a training program that teaches you monetization. For example, inside LCTM, the M stands for monetization itself. So inside LCTM, my students not only learn how to become coach, how to become a trained coach, they also learn how to monetize their business from ground up, right? Be it content creation, be it marketing, they learn everything, right? So choose a program that teaches you monetization, either along with coaching, or you can choose a separate program also. But make sure that it's in your mind that this is how the journey looks like it's a part of your plan, right? Like it shouldn't happen that you're caught off guard that, oh, how do I make money now? Obviously, see, making money is a skill, right? You have to learn that skill. So make sure that's a part of your plan. And lack of clarity in your craft can again be solved when you're inside a training program wherein your coaching skills are getting consistently nurtured. So I'll tell you a common mistake that happens here. Most training programs do not last for more than a few months. Okay, they end after a few months and there is no support after that. And as a result, what tends to happen to a lot of coaches is that they get stuck. For example, let's say you're dealing with a complicated client case study, like a complicated client case. And now you feel like, okay, what do I do? Who do I go to? Right? So this can result into you developing a lot of self-doubt over a period of time, which again quietly develops inside a lot of coaches where they feel like, oh, I've forgotten coaching. I don't know what to do. Or for some reason, let's say if you have to pause your coaching practice for a while, when you resume it, you are again caught off guard. So make sure that you are inside training programs that kind of support your lives, that kind of fits into your life. For example, if you are a working professional and you're building your coaching practice on the side, make sure that you're inside a training program that's longer, or even lifetime. That's one of the reasons my signature coach training program is lifetime LCTM. Because when I started my coaching business, I faced the same issue. I used to feel like, okay, the training program is now ended in a few months. Now what? What do I do now? Right? Because there is no mentoring that is happening, right? So inside LCTM, since it's a lifetime program, all the students are mentored for life by me, right? There's never a point where you ever feel stuck, because not only do we have a community, we meet every single week, right? So make sure that you're inside programs where you're being consistently mentored. So even if you feel stuck, because you may never know when a complicated client case may come up, you have someone who's mentoring you, right? You have that support. Okay, now let's come to the third block, which is lack of enoughness. Before I go there, let me just check if my audio and video is still working fine. Okay, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's working fine. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, the third is the lack of enoughness block. The lack of enoughness block is when you consistently feel that I don't know enough, I don't have enough, or I'm not enough, right? So you consistently feel that there is a lack of enoughness somewhere. So this can majorly happen at two places. One is information and skill set. Now, lack of enough, when you don't have enough information about building a life coaching business, it can result into questions like, will this even work, is there a market for this, how will I know it will work or not, how will I know this can be sustainable career. This happens when you don't have enough information. For example, let's say when internet was a new thing, a lot of people used to think that, oh, this is just a fad, it will go away. you know it did not. Right now internet is a part of our life. None of us can function without internet. That's the same thing with coaching, right? When coaching as an industry started booming in India, and it still in the booming phase only, it still hasn't reached its saturation. A lot of people came from a place of doubt. So the people who kind of jumped onto the opportunity got the first movers advantage, right? They kind of became the first people who started mentoring and coaching, and as a result, not only they made a lot of money, they built really good businesses. Similarly, even now, coaching still is a pretty new profession. So you can either capitalize on it or you can reject it because you are afraid of standing out, right? And you will be afraid of standing out when you don't have enough information, when you don't have enough information about the potential life coaching business has, the potential of just how booming the mental health field is, the potential of what the potential of actually living a life where you build a one person coaching business, and the kind of freedom it offers you, financial, time, and everything. So, when you lack information about running a business, specifically a life coaching business, it can result into a lot of pessimism, and it can result into jumping to conclusions, right? Where you doubt everything, where you are pessimistic, or where you don't really know, how people are doing it, or where you use the word luck a lot, or where you feel that no, this will not work for me, and things like that. So, how that can manifest in your business is that before you even start, you self reject, you push away, your pessimism and your lack of information creates this bubble where you think that what I know is best, right? So when you come from that place that what I know is best, you will always be mediocre because you don't want to really know more, right? So if you are struggling with a lot of doubts in your mind, a lot of pessimism in your mind, or when you constantly doubt the business of coaching itself, it means that you just don't know enough, you don't have enough information. How do you overcome this? Educate yourself, right? You can start at a good place wherein you can consume a lot of live events that I've done on building a coaching business. You can just go to my YouTube, just type my name on YouTube, and you will find a lot of my live events under the playlist itself, building a life coaching business. So I have answered any and every question that you can possibly think of. Educate yourself. When you don't educate yourself, you're just being an uneducated fool who is not capitalizing on an opportunity. So if you have a lot of pessimism, if you have a lot of doubts and questions, educate yourself so that you have the answer to them, right? Similarly, another business block can be when you consistently doubt whether um, I will be able to help the client or not. How will I do this? How will I do that? How will I explain to people I'm doing this? How will I market? How will I do this? All of these questions come from lack of skill set, right? How do you actually help a person is a part of you learning to coach. Now, when you undergo coaching program, of course you will know how to coach, right? The second thing is when you wonder how will I actually make money from this. This comes under the monetization skill set. When you're inside a training program that teaches you monetization, you will not struggle with this. So there is nothing that you don't have the answer to when you're building a coaching business. You just have to be willing to answer it. See, there are two kinds of people, okay? The first kind of people are the ones who will shut down the moment a doubt comes. Like they will go into this freeze mode, or they will run away. They will be like, no, 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 this is never going to work. Let's just stop thinking about it. Another kind of population is the one when they're curious, right? When they're trying to learn. Okay, if this is the question I have, or if this is the doubt I have, how can I resolve it? Like, what can I learn more about it? Be the second kind, because the second kind are the one who spot opportunities, capitalize on it, and make a great life. The first one have the crab mentality. They stay in a bucket forever and they live a mediocre life and they build a mediocre life, and their happiness level, the success level, everything is very mediocre, right? But when you're willing to learn, when you're willing to be flexible, when you just have an open mind, right, you learn a lot of things. And when you learn a lot of things, you have information that most people don't. So you don't have to do something out of the box. Just don't shut down. If you have a doubt or a question, educate yourself, get coached around it, right? Actually seek out information. You will never feel stuck that way, right? Now let's come to the fourth block. The fourth block is having an unhealthy relationship with money and success. Now, there are three types of relationship you can have with money and success, right? And money and success, I'm talking about separately, right? The first one is a fearful relationship. A fearful relationship with money means you basically are afraid of making money. Now, this may seem a bit counterintuitive to you, but how it manifests is when you consistently feel that I don't know how to make a lot of money, or what will I even do with a lot of money, or when you have beliefs like if I make a lot of money, people will leave me, or the thought, like you think about wanting to make a lot of money, but the thought overwhelms you. Like you get overwhelmed by it. Oh my god, I'll have to do so much work, I'll have to do this, I have to do that. So you kind of push away money a lot. Similarly, for success, you kind of, you're afraid of success, you're afraid what will happen, you're afraid who you will have to become for it, you are afraid that will I be able to handle it, you're afraid that will things drastically change in my life. That's fear of success, right? So when you have an unhealthy relationship like this with money and success, you may be unconsciously pushing it away from you, and that also manifests as a business block, because you don't really want to build. Like you are one of those people who want to watch from the sideline, and you keep on daydreaming, you keep on consuming free resources, but you don't actually take action and build it, because the thought of it overwhelms you. It overwhelms you ki, that I'll have to do so much, what will I have to become, I don't have it in me, what if this happens, what if that happens, right? So fears like this, for example, one of my like clients who worked with me one on one to build her business, she had this fear that if I made a lot of money, there will be some problems in my romantic relationship with my husband, right? Or that like it will not be the same anymore, because she was used to always making less money than her husband. So she didn't even know she had this block, and this block was manifesting in her business from a place that she would shut down after having a few clients. Whenever her income was about to exceed, she would shut down, right? So that is how business blocks may manifest. Similarly, one of my another one of my clients actually had this block where she felt that if I just started focusing on my business, my in-laws would consider that I'm a bad daughter-in-law, and my husband would consider that I'm not a good enough wife, and my parents would consider that I'm not a loving enough daughter. She had this idea that women cannot be too successful, right? Or that they should not give more time to their work. And again, this was manifesting in her life, in her business blocks, from a place that she would keep on like rejecting clients, right? She would like fill up her life with so much household work that she would not actually have time to build her business, right? So that is how hidden business blocks can be, when you're afraid of success, when you're afraid of making money, when you just kind of push away. The second relationship that you can have with money and success is that you're very desperate for it, you chase it, right? Like you chase a lot, you feel like my self-worth is attached with it, you feel like I want to make a lot of money, I want to have a lot of success. And this is a lot of anxious energy behind it, a lot of chasing energy, a lot of desperation. When that is the case, money and success moves away from you. Why? Because you're constantly chasing, right? You don't build from purpose, you don't build from substance, you build from desperation, you build from fear. And this makes you impatient, this makes you somebody who lacks depth, and this also makes you somebody who gives up easily, because your impatience will make you so stressed and so exhausted, you will start burning out, you will quit, you will start becoming exhausted, you will quit, you will start becoming desperate, and you will quit. So when you have a desperate relationship with success and money, which often indicates that your self-worth is tied to it, like you feel that uh, you know I really want it, or that I will prove to other people that I'm such a good coach, or I can make this much money. When you make building a coaching business a very like you're trying to heal something that is unhealed in your personal life through making money or through success, right? So you become very desperate, and desperation always is an energy that pushes things away, right? Imagine being in a relationship with someone who's very clingy, who just wants to be around you all the time, who's just chasing you all the time, right? It feels very suffocating, right? That is what you do to your business when you're very desperate for something. And for this, you have to heal your relationship with money and success. You have to work on your relationship with money and success. Specifically, I would recommend here one on one inner work, because this is not something that you can achieve through a training program or a group program. You need to do trauma healing work around this. And of course, if you ever need any help, you can always drop me a DM, and you can book a session with me also. But this requires one on one inner work. The third kind of relationship that you may have with money and success is an avoidant relationship. This is where you don't even want to think about money. Like, you don't want to look at numbers, you don't want to think about money. You come from this place that no, coaching is just service for me, or that I don't want to talk about money, I don't want to appear pushy, I don't want to appear desperate, I don't want to appear this and that. You just avoid the topic of selling money, and you just avoid the topic of being successful at all, right? Again, this can manifest as business blocks wherein you are afraid of structure. You run away from structure. Like, whenever it comes to, let's say, doing marketing, speaking up about your offers, or even learning things structurally, you run away from it because it kind of overwhelms you, or you feel like, I just don't want to do it, right? So when you do this, you kind of become a very haphazard coach. Like, there's no structure in your life regarding what you're doing as a coach, right? Be it in your coaching skills or in your business. And this can manifest as a very fluctuating income, very fluctuating way of doing business, and always like doing business just from a place of emotions, or not really building for a vision, but just doing business from a place of mood. This is what I'm feeling like today, right? And to overcome this, you need to examine your relationship with structure, and you need to examine your relationship with money and success, and what exactly are you running away from, right? What about money and success makes you feel like, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to think about it, right? Most of the times your relationship with money and success may involve you having to do one-on-one inner work, because your relationship with money and success often comes from your relationship with your parents, right? Like, love and money tend to have similar energy in your life, right? When you're chasing money, what you're essentially chasing is acceptance and love because you didn't get it. When you're fearful of money, you're fearful of the love that you never got, or you don't know what to do with it. Similarly, when you want to not talk about money, you don't want to talk about the complications that can come with money, because again, that happened with you in your relationship with your parents or in childhood, right? So often unhealed relationship with money and success indicates childhood trauma, so one-on-one work is recommended here. Now, the last business block, which is very less talked about, it's lack of space. Now, lack of space manifests as a business block wherein you consistently like experience speed breakers while building your business. And lack of space happens in two ways: internal space and external space. External space is very obvious, it just means that you don't have enough time and energy in your life to build your business, right? For example, let's say even if you have time, like let's say you're a full-time working professional, and on the weekends you can build a business, but energetically you're exhausted, or you're dealing with something, or something or the other keeps happening, so you don't have enough energy. Similarly, if you're very, very busy, let's say you're a parent or you're a full time working professional, or even if you're not, your time and energy is just going somewhere else, right? So there's not enough external space. Now, what is internal space? Now, let's say that you externally have all the time in the world and you have space in your life, but you are dealing with internal problems. Let's say lack of self belief, lack of confidence, toxic relationship with money, or some other childhood wounds that keep on coming for you, right? Or let's say you have been exhausted for so long that now your body just has gone into this mode where it just wants to rest. So lack of internal space can mean that where your body is just resisting growth, where your body is resisting movement of any kind, when your body keeps telling you, I just don't want to do it. And this comes very strongly in a business, because your business requires autonomy of your body. In corporate, though, you can push through, you can force yourself, and even then you achieve a burnout. That happens there also, and that is why you find a lot of corporate professionals tell you as a joke after a while that I just feel dead inside. That is nothing but consistent burnout that you ignore over a period of time. But in your business, you can't ignore it, specifically while building a life coaching business, because that involves you having to connect with your emotions and your thoughts. So when your body is telling you that I just don't want to move forward, even though it may feel like, oh, I have all the time in the world, why am I not doing my work, why am I not moving forward, it means that there's a lack of internal space. There's a lot of unprocessed emotions, unhealed childhood trauma, or things from the past that you did not process that are now demanding resolution. In that case, you have to give yourself space, because when you don't give yourself space, or when you push, it doesn't do anything, right? Because when you're building a business, you need a vision, right? It's the vision that pulls you. If you have to push and push and push, you will never be able to sustain a business. There will come a point where you will start self-sabotaging, where you will start rejecting things, right? So understand that if there's any kind of lack of space internally, the answer is to give yourself space, give yourself time. Similarly, when there is not enough space, time, and energy externally, which means that your calendar is full, you're exhausted, you have to make time for yourself and for your business. Because if you don't, it will manifest as business blocks where you will push away things, or where you will consistently feel like there's lack of clarity, or where you feel foggy, where you feel like I don't know what to do, right? And if you are someone who wants like a clear path or how to actually become a life coach and how to build a six-figure life coaching business, I did a boot camp, becoming a six-figure life coach in 2026 a couple of weeks back, and it's available for free as a training in the feature section of my profile. You can go watch it there, or you can DM me LCB, and I would be happy to send you the training. And if you're someone who's ready to take the leap to become not only a fully trained and certified coach, but also a paid coach, I run a signature life coach training program myself called LCTM, wherein you come inside, you get rigorous training, you become a skilled coach, you become a certified coach, and you also learn how to monetize your business step by step. The best part about LCTM is that it's a lifetime program, which means that you are once in, you're in for life. There are no tiers, there are no membership, nothing of that sort. You are in and you're in for life, right? You get inside a community, you have community support, you have my support for life, you get mentorship, and more importantly, you get to respect the body clock that you have, which means that there is no rush to complete a program. You get all the time in the world to complete your certification, to complete your training on your own time, right? So if you're ready to become a coach, you can DM me LCTM, and you can get on an inquiry call with me, and I'd be happy to walk you through the program, and we can talk about whether it is the right fit for you or not. And of course, if you have any questions, so far, if you have experienced any doubt whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, or if you are inside my free community, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. And if you're not inside my free community, join us inside. I talk about building a six-figure life coaching business there every single day, and you can. It's also a wonderful place to like talk to other coaches, and it's a wonderful place to feel supported and not really alone, right? Okay, that is it from my side today. I don't think we have any questions so far. Okay, I don't think we have any questions. So, for those of you who would have any, again, as I said, you can also reach out to me. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for watching. For those who are watching this as a recording, I will try my best to be more consistent with the live events. So keep a watch on my LinkedIn, where I announce when the future live events are happening. Bye bye.